Hey everyone! In today's video, we're diving into the top 3 rarest 1976 bicentennial coins. First up, the 1976 Bicentennial quarter, especially the proof version with no mint mark, which can be worth up to $100. Next, we have the 1976 Bicentennial half dollar, with the smooth edge Type 2 proof being highly sought after and valued at over $100. And finally, the 1976 Eisenhower dollar, made of 40% silver, is another rare gem, worth around $15 to $30. These coins, along with rarer varieties, can be highly valuable, depending on their condition and rarity. Let's get into it. Today, I'm excited to talk about a very special and valuable coin, the 1976 Bicentennial $1 coin. You might not think a regular dollar coin could be worth much, but some versions of this coin are worth up to $7,500 in 2025, making it a real hidden treasure. This coin was made to celebrate the 200th birthday of America and is part of the Eisenhower dollar series. If you have one of these in your collection, or even find one in your pocket change, it could be worth way more than its face value. Let's dive into the story of this amazing coin and find out what makes it so special. In 1976, the United States celebrated its bicentennial, or 200th anniversary of independence. To mark this historic event, the U.S. Mint made special coins with new designs. The 1976 Bicentennial $1 coin was minted in Denver, and it has become a collector's dream due to its unique design and the rare version of the coin that many people are still looking for today. The front of the coin features President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who served as the 34th President of the United States. He was also a famous general during World War II. On the back of the coin, you'll find a picture of the Liberty Bell with the moon behind it, representing America's achievements both in liberty and space exploration. The years 1776 to 1976 are written on the coin, marking the 200th anniversary of the country's independence. Now, not all 1976 bicentennial coins are worth a lot of money. There are actually two types of the coin, and one is rarer than the other. The first type features a larger Liberty Bell with a smaller moon behind it. This first type is much harder to find, and that's what makes it so valuable to collectors. A 1976 Type 1 coin in perfect condition can be worth up to $7,500. That's a huge difference compared to the typical value of these coins, which is just $1. If you want to check if you have a rare Type 1 coin, look closely at the Liberty Bell. On the Type 1, the bell is much bigger and more detailed, and the moon is smaller and more to the side. On the second type, the bell is smaller and the moon is much larger. It's these small differences that make the Type 1 so much more valuable. Condition is very important when it comes to determining the value of a coin. The better condition a coin is in, the more it's worth. Coins that look almost new, with no scratches or marks, can sell for a lot of money. Coins that are graded as mint state 65 or higher, meaning they have almost no flaws, are much more valuable. A perfect Type 1 coin in mint state condition could easily fetch that $7,500 price tag, depending on the market and the collector's demand at the time. Sometimes, coins can have errors or mistakes that happen during the minting process. These error coins are often worth even more money because they are unique. For example, if the coin has an off-center strike or a double die, where the design is stamped twice, it can be worth much more than a regular version. These errors are rare, but if you happen to find one, you could have a real treasure in your hands. Collectors love the 1976 Bicentennial $1 coin because it represents an important part of American history. Not only does it celebrate the country's independence, but the coin's design also reflects America's progress, from the Liberty Bell to the moon landing. The combination of history and the coin's rarity makes it a must-have for any serious coin collector. The fact that some of these coins are still worth thousands of dollars in 2025 is incredible, and many collectors are actively hunting for them. If you have one of these coins, or you find one in your old coin collection or at a coin shop, make sure you keep it safe. Don't clean the coin with soap or water, because cleaning can damage it and lower its value. Instead, handle it carefully by the edges and store it in a soft coin holder or case to protect it from scratches or wear. You can also get the coin graded by a professional coin grading company, like PCGS or NGC. Getting your coin graded is a great way to find out its true value and ensure it is authentic. A coin in mint state 65 or higher will be worth significantly more than one in poor condition. You might think these coins are rare, but the truth is that many were saved when they were first released in 1976. People knew that these coins were special, and many kept them in safe places. However, because not all were stored in great condition, finding one that is still in perfect shape can be like finding a needle in a haystack. So, if you come across a 1976 Bicentennial $1 coin, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. If it's the Type 1 coin with the large Liberty Bell and small moon, and it's in great condition, you could have a coin that's worth a lot more than just $1. Remember, coins like these are not just about the money, they're a piece of history. The 1976 Bicentennial $1 coin is a reminder of America's past, and if you find one, you might be holding on to something really special. Hope this version works for your video script. Let me know if you'd like to adjust anything further. Now, let's talk about another amazing and valuable coin, the 1976 Bicentennial $half coin. Much like the $1 coin we just discussed, this coin was made to celebrate America's 200th birthday in 1976. However, this $half coin has its own unique design, and just like the $1 coin, it can also be worth a lot of money in certain conditions. Some versions of the 1976 Bicentennial $half coin can be worth up to $10,000 today in 2025. Let's find out why this coin is so valuable and what makes it different from other coins. In 1976, the U.S. Mint made a series of coins to mark the bicentennial, or 200 years of America's independence. The $half coin from this series features a very famous image, Independence Hall. This is the place where the Declaration of Independence was signed and where America's birth as a nation was celebrated. The coin's design was chosen to honor this important part of history. On the front of the coin, you'll see the usual design of John F. Kennedy, who was the president at the time the coin was released. But the back of the coin is where the magic happens. It shows Independence Hall, which is located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The image is surrounded by the words, United States of America, and $half. This design is different from the regular $half coins, making it a special part of the bicentennial collection. While the design itself is very important, what makes this coin especially valuable is its rarity and condition. Just like the 1976 Bicentennial $1 coin, there are certain versions of the bicentennial $half that are harder to find and therefore worth more money. For example, if you come across a 1976 Bicentennial $half coin in perfect condition, it could be worth up to $10,000. That's because coins in excellent condition are highly sought after by collectors. But here's the catch, not all 1976 Bicentennial $half coins are valuable. The majority of these coins were produced in large numbers, and most of them are still worth only their face value of 50 cents. However, when you have a coin that is in perfect condition or has a rare error, the value can increase dramatically. That's why it's important to know what to look for. One of the most common errors that can be found in bicentennial $half coins is the double die error. This happens when the design on the coin is stamped twice, causing a blurry or doubled image. If you have a 1976 $half with a double die error, it could be worth much more than a regular coin. In fact, some of these error coins have been sold for thousands of dollars at auctions. To identify a double die error, look closely at the design, especially around the numbers and letters. You'll notice that they appear to be doubled or slightly off-center. This is not always easy to spot with the naked eye, so using a magnifying glass or a strong light can help you see the details more clearly. Condition also plays a huge role in determining the value of your coin. Coins that are in mint state, meaning they look almost brand new, with no scratches, dents, or wear, are worth a lot more than those that are worn out or damaged. If you happen to find a 1976 D Bicentennial half-dollar in mint state 65 or higher, it could be worth a significant amount of money. The better the condition, the higher the value. You think you have a rare or valuable coin, it's a good idea to have it graded by a professional. A grading service will tell you the exact condition of the coin, and this can help you get a more accurate idea of how much it's worth. Grading companies like PCGS or NGC are trusted by collectors and can give your coin an official grade that will be recognized by buyers and sellers. Another thing to remember is that error coins aren't the only way to find value in a 1976 D Bicentennial half-dollar. Sometimes, a coin can be valuable simply because it is well preserved and in great condition. The rarity of these coins in excellent condition is what makes them desirable, and if you happen to find one, you could be sitting on a small fortune. You might find a 1976 D Bicentennial half-dollar in old collections, at coin shops, or even in your pocket change. Even though most of these coins are not worth much, it's always a good idea to check any Bicentennial half-dollars you come across. You never know if you have one with a rare error or in perfect condition that could be worth a lot of money. Just like with any other coin, it's important to take good care of your 1976 D Bicentennial half-dollar. Don't clean the coin, as cleaning can damage it and reduce its value. Instead, store it in a protective coin holder or case, and handle it carefully by the edges to avoid leaving fingerprints. So, the next time you're looking through your coins, remember that the 1976 D Bicentennial half-dollar might be more valuable than you think. Whether it's in perfect condition or has a rare error, this coin could be worth up to $10,000. Keep your eyes peeled for this hidden treasure. The 1976 Bicentennial quarter is one of the most iconic coins in American history. Created to celebrate the United States' 200th anniversary of independence, it was designed with a special reverse side featuring the Liberty Bell and a drummer boy. This design made the coin stand out from other Washington quarters, adding a unique patriotic flair that collectors and history enthusiasts appreciate. While most bicentennial quarters are not worth more than their 25-cent face value, some rare versions, due to minting errors, can be worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. These rare coins are highly sought after in the world of numismatics, the study of coins and currency, and they make a great treasure for collectors who know what to look for. The most common reason a bicentennial quarter becomes valuable is because of minting errors. These errors occur when something goes wrong during the process of creating the coin. Because these mistakes don't happen very often, they can make an ordinary coin worth much more than its original value. A severely off-center strike is one of the most common and sought-after errors. This happens when the coin isn't perfectly aligned during the minting process, and part of the design is shifted or cut off entirely. The more misaligned the design is, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some off-center strikes have parts of the design pushed to the edge, while others might even have missing design elements. The value of a severely off-center bicentennial quarter can range anywhere from $2,000 to $20,000, depending on how extreme the error is and the condition of the coin. If the strike is very noticeable, collectors are willing to pay a premium because it's a rare mistake that isn't easy to find. Another valuable error is the double die variety. This happens when the coin is struck twice, but the second strike is slightly off-center, causing the design to be doubled. For the bicentennial quarter, this could lead to doubled letters like the word Liberty or the year 1776 to 1976. These coins are easy to spot because the doubling effect makes certain parts of the coin appear blurry or duplicated. Double die errors are extremely rare, and collectors love them because they are highly visible and easy to identify. The value of a double die bicentennial quarter can vary depending on how clear the doubling is and the condition of the coin. Some of these error coins can sell for anywhere from $2,000 to $50,000 or more. If the doubling is particularly noticeable, such as on the word Liberty, collectors are willing to pay top dollar. Coins with clearer and more prominent doubling can even push the price into the $100,000 range, especially if they are in excellent condition. Third type of error that can make a bicentennial quarter worth a lot is the clipped planchet. A planchet is the metal blank that's used to make the coin. If it's cut incorrectly before it's struck, it can result in a clipped planchet, where part of the coin is missing. This error creates an irregular edge, which can look like a chunk has been removed from the coin. This is another rare mistake, and the more noticeable the clip, the more valuable the coin becomes. The value of a clipped planchet bicentennial quarter can range from $5,000 to $20,000, depending on the size of the clip and the overall condition of the coin. Coins with larger or more obvious clips tend to sell for more money because they stand out more. Some extreme clips can even push the price well above this range, making them one of the most valuable types of error coins in circulation. There are also coins that feature die cracks or cuts. These are smaller errors, but they can still make a bicentennial quarter worth a lot of money. A die crack occurs when the minting die, the tool used to strike the coin's design, begins to break or crack during the minting process. This results in visible lines or cracks on the surface of the coin. Sometimes, if the crack becomes severe enough, it forms a cut, which is a raised, irregular bump on the coin. These imperfections make the coin unique and interesting, and collectors are willing to pay for them. Though not as valuable as other errors like off-center strikes or double die errors, coins with die cracks or cuts can still be worth $1,000 to $10,000 or more, depending on the severity of the flaw and the condition of the coin. Coins with more noticeable die cracks or large cuts are considered rarer, which is why they can fetch higher prices at auctions. When it comes to the exact value of these error coins, it can vary depending on several factors. The rarity of the error plays a huge role in how much the coin will be worth. More extreme errors, like severely off-center strikes or double die coins, are going to be more valuable. The condition of the coin is also important. A coin in excellent condition, meaning it has few scratches or imperfections, will fetch a higher price than a coin that's worn out or damaged. In fact, coins that are in pristine condition can sometimes be worth up to double or even triple the price of a more worn version. There are also coins that feature die cracks or cuts. These are smaller errors, but they can still make a bicentennial quarter worth a lot of money. A die crack occurs when the minting die, the tool used to strike the coin's design, begins to break or crack during the minting process. This results in visible lines or cracks on the surface of the coin. Sometimes, if the crack becomes severe enough, it forms a cut, which is a raised, irregular bump on the coin. These imperfections make the coin unique and interesting, and collectors are willing to pay for them. Though not as valuable as other errors like off-center strikes or double die errors, coins with die cracks or cuts can still be worth $1,000 to $10,000 or more, depending on the severity of the flaw and the condition of the coin. Coins with more noticeable die cracks or large cuts are considered rarer, which is why they can fetch higher prices at auctions. When it comes to the exact value of these error coins, it can vary depending on several factors. The rarity of the error plays a huge role in how much the coin will be worth. More extreme errors, like severely off-center strikes or double die coins, are going to be more valuable. The condition of the coin is also important. A coin in excellent condition, meaning it has few scratches or imperfections, will fetch a higher price than a coin that's worn out or damaged. In fact, coins that are in pristine condition can sometimes be worth up to double or even triple the price of a more worn version. The most valuable bicentennial quarter errors have been known to sell for $50,000, $80,000, or even $100,000 at auction, particularly if they are in top-tier condition. So, if you happen to find a rare bicentennial quarter with an error, you could be holding on to something worth a small fortune.